the champion of the Republican Party now. And like I said today on CNN, I don't think this race is over until Newt Gingrich decides he has no more books to sell. So he could be with us for quite a while. But Mitt Romney, talking about his victory on CNN today, had this to say. If you have any question as to whether or not he is pivoting to the general election, or I don't even know how to explain what he's thinking here. Yes, I do. Let's play it.
By the way, I'm in this race because I care about Americans. I'm not concerned about the very poor. We have a safety net there. If it needs a repair, I'll fix it.
You understand, folks, that the poor, they're not Americans. All the poor in this country are Europeans. We know that. He's not concerned about the poor. Why should he be? Because they're doing great. I mean, except for the poor part. But they're great. Are you kidding? We take so much tax money from people, Americans, real Americans, and give it to the poor that they're driving around in Bentleys. They're living it up. Dude, they take that $200 of food stamps they get, and it's party time. Go back to the beginning so people can hear this and just let it sink in. And then he realizes, I think by the end of the interview, he said the wrong thing because he changes what he says at the end. Go ahead.
By the way, I'm in this race because I care about Americans. I'm not concerned about the very poor. We have a safety net there. If it needs a repair, I'll fix it. I'm not concerned about the very rich. They're doing just fine. I'm concerned about the very heart of America, the 95% of Americans who right now are struggling, and I'll continue to take that message across the nation.
All right. I know I said last question, but I got to ask you. You just said, I'm not concerned about the very poor because they have a safety net. And I think there are lots of very poor Americans who are struggling who would say, that sounds odd. Can you explain that?
Well, you had to finish the sentence, Soledad. I said, I'm not concerned about the very poor that have a safety net, but if it has holes in it, I will repair them.
Got it. Okay.
The challenge right now, we will hear from the Democrat Party the plight of the poor.
Oh!
And there's no question, it's not good being poor, and we have a safety net to help those that are very poor. But my campaign is focused on middle-income Americans. My campaign, I mean, you can choose where to focus. You can focus on the rich. That's not my focus. You can focus on the very poor. That's not my focus. My focus is on middle-income Americans, retirees living on Social Security, people who can't find work, folks that have kids that are getting ready to go to college.
Okay, we don't need to hear any more of this. Now, so the retirees who are living on, if they're lucky, I guess $16,000 a year, they're hurt. The very poor, though, they're fine. In fact, they're not just fine. They're taking advantage of the real heart of America. And that's not what I said, Soledad. I said they have a safety net.
I wonder if that something dropping you heard was like Mitt Romney's campaign manager's jaw hitting the floor.
I think that was people at CNN going, God, man, what is with this dude? So there you have it. Mitt Romney, yeah, people can focus on, that's not my focus. I'm not concerned with the poor. Of course he's not, because he's running still in the Republican primary. And in the Republican primary, you have to demonize the poor because you need that resentment from the middle class. You want to draw, and you know who's screwing you, don't you, middle class? The poor. And we know who all they are. They're not Americans.